Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of First Cry in Motherhood. Feel welcomed if you are a new subscriber. If you're a returning one, of course, welcome to the family. And in this week's episode, we're in episode 4. And today, guys, I get to speak about my birth story, which was a very positive one. And the reason I'm inspired to share my story is because I remember when I was approaching the delivery stage, like naturally by any law of nature, you just find yourself, sometimes you're tense, you're anxious, and you don't know how things will go. And for me, I decided to do this episode just to encourage a pregnant mom out there who is in this approaching the delivery stage and they're anxious, and I just want to encourage them that they can also have a positive birth story. Before I start my delivery and birth story, guys, in our Did You Know segment of the week, I want to share with you guys something called a purple cry. So a purple cry, I'll just explain very fast. So the period of purple cry, it's usually a brief time, usually between 2 weeks and 3 to 4 months of age, when a child cries more than the normal. I don't know if you've experienced it. I myself, I did. There's a time when maybe we would just start crying. Actually, I even marked it every day at around 8 p.m. This baby would just start crying, and it is crying until you might even find yourself, if you're not strong enough, you might even find yourself crying too. So I marked it. It was almost every day. I even think there are days when I gave him medicine thinking maybe it's the colic, and probably it was just a purple cry. So that is basically what purple cry means. I bet you didn't know. So if maybe you're going through that window and you've changed the diaper, you've breastfed the baby, you've removed the clothes that you think maybe your baby is sweating a lot, or you've done almost everything and this baby won't stop crying, maybe the baby is going through a purple cry phase. Yeah guys, so I bet you didn't know. Now you know. I didn't know, now I know. Yeah guys, so enough with that. So guys, let me just jump onto my birth and delivery story very fast. So I remember I gave birth at 38 weeks, and I remember it was on a Sunday. The previous day I had really been extremely active, extremely active, because I remember I had friends who are coming over, so I was moving here and there. So I even kept telling myself that today I think I've really done quite a lot. Every morning at around 5 a.m. I start feeling some kind of discomfort, and to me I felt that maybe it's the position I'm sleeping with. So I decided to change the position, but still no change. So at around 6:30 I had my contraction timer. So I quickly take my contraction timer to start monitoring the contractions, if maybe it's just some false labor or some Braxton Hicks. Hey, so these things now they were like 10 minutes apart, but they were so mild. It is so mild that you can do something, yeah, but you feeling it. It is the mild cramps. I've not even done my hair that day. I had been postponing. So I decided to go and do my hair with the contractions. After coming back in the evening, these contractions would go away. So I decided to call the gyna and ask him, could this be labor? And the gyna is like, since morning you haven't decided to go to the hospital, or you didn't want to go to the hospital to check? And I told him, no, I haven't. So after that, I knew somehow this was it. So I just wanted to keep checking how things will unfold later on. And at around 11 p.m. I didn't even eat well because I was just restless. I didn't eat. Another advice: when you feel like the contractions are coming, please eat. That is what I would say. Please eat. Another advice that I would give someone is, the moment you feel those contractions and they're still mild, try to get enough rest. You really need that rest. Because I regret up to today why I even decided to go and do my hair in the first place when I was supposed to be resting. I didn't eat when I was supposed to be eating. Yeah, guys. So after that, at around 11 p.m., these things want to go away. So I decided to get rest because I felt a bit tired and fatigued. And something just shot from 0 to 50, and I was like, now this is contraction. I couldn't sleep. So I started walking up and down. Another advice that really worked for me, I felt like walking eased the pain other than sleeping. When I slept, I felt like it was double. But walking kinda, I don't know, it kinda helped me distribute the pain somehow. And then, so I quickly showered, removed my bag, and at around now 2 a.m. in the morning, I couldn't. It's like now the pain has gone to now 70%, around 60-70%, and I just couldn't. And we just had to go to the hospital at that time. So when I got to the hospital, of course, they have to admit you, they have to, take your registration and all that. And now I'm being told the only way we can know if you're dilating or if you're in labor is through the natural way. We have to check the centimeters if you're in any way dilating. Anyway, long story short, I was very positive. At this point, I had already told myself that I was going to do anything they tell me. I didn't want to resist. I didn't want to be dramatic about it. I was going to be as positive and as calm as possible. So yeah, they tell me like I shouldn't get rigid, like nisijikaze. I don't know if you get it. I should just relax so that I don't fasten the bonds, which I did somehow, but I kinda got scared a bit, but I let loose later on. So when they checked me, of course I was 3 centimeters dilated, and now I'm being told I'm not yet in active labor. So in my head I'm like, okay, so active labor, that's now when you start rolling on the floor, you start screaming, you start insulting everyone around you, you start being mad. And I'm like, okay, fine, let's wait for that active labor. So the physician who was there really encouraged me to walk, because I asked him what can really fasten my dilation process. So he told me, just keep being active, don't sleep a lot, just be active. And I took the assignment. The good thing, the hospital had stairs, and at night there is very less movement, which I also thank God. So I was really making good use of these stairs. And I also realized that when I was taking, I decided now to take warm water, which will make me go to the washroom quite frequently. So the physician told me that when you do that, I don't know, is it the physician or the clinician, that when you do that, when you feel like peeing, just go and pee, because it helps with the baby descending. So every time I could take warm water, then go to the washroom, warm water, go to the washroom, do a lot of stairs. If I'm tired, I would rest a bit. So I remember at around 4 a.m. Hey, now this pain. I'm even starting to be like, will you really keep quiet? Because before I could just hold on the rails. And at this point, I'm also listening to the hypnotherapy music. Yeah, the encouraging music, and I'm breathing in and out. And I also had a comb. I had a comb which I was holding in my hand. So when the contractions come, I start to squeeze. I wanted to squeeze it so that I could, so that instead of feeling the contraction, I'm now feeling the pain from what I'm squeezing here. So it kind of shifts my focus. But it goes to a point where the comb is not even now combing, guys. Oh my god! And I remember calling my friend and telling her that, hey, I think I'm in labor and it's happening. It's happening. So during this time, they were also checking my vitals, and I was just praying that I didn't want my pressure spiking. And somehow, out of nowhere, my I was just so calm. I don't know. I don't know how I did it, but I was just so calm, and my pressure was always normal. My baby's heartbeat was also normal, which was okay. Throughout the time they checked. So at around I don't know, it was around now 6, 5, 6. They bring me uji, which to me at that point, because I didn't eat supper, guys. So to me at that point, I'm feeling like this uji is very little, and I'm about to push. And out here, even my friends have told me that when you're going to push, you really have to eat because you need that strength. Hey, so at this point, I'm now starting to feel hungry. So I decided to send for food because in my mind I knew at 3 centimeter. I don't think by this time I've even gone to 8, maybe 5, maybe 6 or 7 or even 5. It depends. Labor or dilating is just a matter of, I don't know, guys. I can't even explain it. So I decided to send for food. So as I wait, I now start talking to my friends. So when the contractions come, I drop the phone. When they go, we go back, we are storytelling and we are laughing and all that. So I reached a point where I couldn't hold it, guys. I just couldn't hold it. So I started kind of, it was like, it's like I'm groaning in pain, but someone could hear me. And I was like, I can't just hold it anymore. That was now during the last few minutes. I think the last 1 hour or so, or the last 2 hours. Hey, now this thing is just fire, one after another, fire, 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 fire. I was not even resting for like 5 minutes. It was like now, maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes apart. Then now, my dinner came at around 8 a.m., 8:30. So the nurse calls me so that I can go and get checked how far dilated. So when I went, I didn't even know I was going to give birth. I just knew I would be told that maybe you're still 5 centimeter. I just knew some other news would come, but not being told that I have to deliver at that time. So when I get on the bed, guys, I think that room, when it's called the slaughter room, trust me, it is a slaughter room. Like, people wear gumboots, the way people dress is just a slaughter room. So I get on the bed, the delivery bed, and I'm told at this point my water is not broken. So I'm like, okay, so this is the point where they have now to break my water. And the gyna decides to, of course, break my water. It was a little bit uncomfortable because you just feel everything. You're feeling everything. And it's a little bit traumatic because now these things are happening to you for the first time. You don't know how to behave. You don't know how to react. You can't scream because now you guys, I had already been taken through the process, how to, try to behave, like don't necessarily just scream because of fear. So I was trying to hold on, I was trying to keep cool. So my water was broken, and just some warm water just comes out. Yeah, and then something just clicks my mind that I remember I had somewhere that when the water is now broken, now the contractions are now fire. And I'm waiting, guys. I'm waiting. My sixth sense is very alert at that time. I'm really waiting to now start feeling like now this is now from 100, 101. And now the doctor now measures me and he's like, ah, you're done. We are having the baby right now. And I'm like, right now? And I'm not eating. I'm hungry. Guys, I'm hungry. Like I just said like will I really manage? I'm not eating. And you're telling me we're having the baby now. So I was kinda happy and worried at the same time because I was like, it's coming to an end. It's really coming to an end and I can't wait. And I was still in this belief that I'm going to have a baby. That I'm about to meet this baby for the first time after 9 months. Guys, me up to now, I don't think I still believe that I managed to carry the pregnancy. I gave birth and I'm even like taking care of a baby right now. I mean, it's like I'm still in dreamland because everything just happened so fast. So of course they put, I don't know, it's called it's normally tied, it's normally placed here where they can now put several kind of injections. So they tell me that they're putting, I don't know what it was called, I don't know if it's called oxytocin or something to fasten because my contractions were a bit far apart and they needed to be now very close, like one after the next, one after another. So when they put that, I also remember that, hey, when they put that now, you will now feel like running mad. So something else that shocked me, guys, Mimi, to be honest, don't judge me. I didn't know that you have to push with contractions. I totally didn't know. So when I got there, I was even like, are you telling me I don't feel like pooing? Why are you telling me to push when I don't feel like pooing? To me, I knew that when you get to 10 centimeters, the feeling of pooing will just come. And it's like the contractions and now, I don't know, I just felt like you get 10 centimeter, you feel like pooing and you start pushing and boom. Shock on me. The guy is telling me that when you feel like the contractions are coming, start pushing. Breathe in and start pushing. I'm like, you want me to push and I'm feeling pain? Oh my god. Anyway, there was no room to think or be surprised. Yeah, and we started pushing. Because I pushed. I started pushing from around 8:50. And the doc was telling me, encouraging me like, by around 8:55 or 9, we should have the baby. And I'm like, let's go. I started pushing. Guys, I pushed. Apparently, I was pushing with my tummy when I'm supposed to be pushing with my bum. And I really wasted a couple of contractions. I really wasted a lot until I got to a point where I was getting tired and I was not having energy. Then now I tell the guy now that I'm hungry. That I don't have energy and I'm hungry. So when I was saying that, I was saying that because I was honestly I was hungry, guys. And remember, I had already pushed for some time, so it got to a point where it was like I was now struggling to even push. And at this point, I still don't feel anything happening down there. Like I don't feel like pooing. It's like I'm like, where? And time has gone. We are now in around 9:15 there, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so if the baby doesn't come out at this point, what's next? Because I'm really trying and it's not working. So I start to feel something like I want to go to the toilet in the process. So at this point, I start to feel something like I want to poo. And the guy is like, okay, push, breathe in, push, breathe in, push, breathe in, breathe. Hey, God, guys, I even started screaming. I started screaming, and the guy was like, no, 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 I don't want to hear that screaming. I don't want to zip it. Of course, I zipped it. And from nowhere, I had the guy telling me, stop pushing, stop pushing. So I don't know if that time is when now he was trying to navigate the baby to come out. And yeah, I underwent episiotomy, a very good one. Thanks to my baby, I underwent episiotomy. But at that time, I wasn't even feeling the cut. My mind was just on the clock, and I was just thinking a lot of so many things. So the next minute, I just had something being pushed, it's like pushing someone. And before I know it, the baby was on my chest. The first thing that I had, he coughed. He coughed and then he started crying. Guys, I didn't even have the strength to look at him. I swear. I didn't even have the strength to look at him, like he was on my chest. So they quickly took him. They said at exactly 9:25. Yeah, that's when I met my bundle of joy. I was still in disbelief. I was still in shock that I did all that. Part of me felt like I was dreaming. I don't know. I just didn't want to believe that I did all that. So of course the nurse took him to and all that. Then now I was left with now I have to be stitched. And in my mind I'm like, okay, this is now where they stitch you and there is nothing. You just feel the pain. And then I was like, no, why would I even do that? I can't do that. You have to be given the local anesthesia for you not to feel pain. Of course, I really thanked him because I hear there are hospitals where they just stitch you like that. Who does that? So in my case, I was given the medicine. I didn't really feel much pain, which I really thank God. It took quite some time. And yeah, I tell you guys, one thing I know, when you're in that stage, there is no shame, there is no embarrassment. Embarrassment inabakingi huko kwa you leave it when now you get into the slaughter room. It's like you don't even feel any shame, nothing. Of course I didn't poo, I had not eaten. Yeah, and then the placenta just came out well. I didn't see it. Of course I really wanted to see it, but I didn't even have the strength to see it. Then after that, something that I didn't also like was the cleaning process. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but yeah, they have to do it anyway. I was just waiting for, okay, when am I going to leave this room? I have to leave this room now. So I was really waiting for that time to leave the room, of course. So the nurse helped me to stand because, hey, my pelvic bones, I couldn't even stand on my own because oh, anyway, the nurse was good to me. He helped me to shower. He helped me, as in it was just nice. Yeah. Then I was taken to my room. Of course, something that also shocked me was the amount of bleeding. Hey, it's like they just open a tap. You change that maternity pant after, like, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because the bleeding is heavy at that time. And that's now how my journey started of being a mom. Of course, I'm glad I finished that whole part, the pregnancy and the delivery, and now I was now starting a new journey, a long-lasting one. And I really didn't know how I was going to do it. Everything was just a trial. Of course, I was just there. I didn't know how to expect it, what to do. And at the back of my mind, guys, remember, in my mind I knew I would just breastfeed on the first day. Somehow. And something that also shocked me was the amount of hunger that comes with after delivery. I felt like I could eat food that is meant for 10 people. I was so hungry, but again, I was so tired. Have you ever been hungry but you're so tired? Like you're even tired of chewing. You can't even chew. And remember, this is now where I was saying Kiliniramba, because I was so sleepy. I could even talk while sleeping. Like I was so sleepy. I'm tired. I'm hungry. There is this new person that is already here that is starting, like they want you to start feeding him or her. Mothers, I don't know. Giving you flowers is not even enough. It's not enough. Going through all that process, may God just bless you. I mean, we are the strongest beings. I don't know. I mean, it's emotionally draining, but I think we are built that way. And I just want to give all mothers their flowers. All moms out there, you do a lot. And yeah, guys, the journey has been good. The journey was worth it. That's how I had my positive birth. I felt like everything was just checking. And that was always my prayer from day one, to have a very positive birth, so that I can also testify. I can also give someone an encouragement that it's possible. It is possible to have a positive birth and delivery story. I mean, labor and delivery story. For the labor, for me, don't come for me, please. For me, I feel like the labor, so long as you keep encouraging yourself and telling yourself that you can do it, you can do it. Yeah. It only gets a little bit rough when you're approaching now the 9-10 centimeter, which is for some time, but you can do it. Yeah, that's what I can say. You can do it. So yeah, if you're maybe almost giving birth, I don't also take it for granted for the serious moms. I don't know, guys. At the end of the day, you holding your baby in your arms, and you being okay, your baby is healthy, you are okay, that's enough. That's just enough. Everything else doesn't matter. Yeah, because it's worth it. It's worth it. So guys, that was my labor and delivery story. I'm a mom. Yes, I'm a mom of one, a boy. My baby was healthy. He was born healthy. He was weighing 3.9 kgs. Yeah, and yeah, we are good. So guys, that was it. I hope you enjoyed my story. Again, I want to wish October moms happy labor, happy delivery. Those who are still pregnant, keep going, keep going. You got this. You will do it. You will come out victorious at the end. Bye for now. See you on the next one as I tell you how I managed or things that shocked me. Yeah, because a lot of things really shocked